Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories within company filings. Today we're diving into UTG Incorporated's latest report. Now their bonuses might be a bit unusual, but let's see what else they've been up to. Before we jump in, if you like getting straight to the point insights from these important documents, make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell. Also, we have a fantastic Discord community where we discuss these filings in real time. You can find the link in the description below. Alright, let's get into it. This report from UTG Incorporated is dated the 4th of February 2026. It is basically a snapshot of some key decisions and events that happened right around that time, mostly concerning who gets what as a bonus and some salary adjustments for their top brass. The main event here is really about bonuses. The compensation committee of their board of directors met on the 4th of February 2026 and decided to hand out some bonuses. We're talking about the big names like Jesse T. Carell, the CEO and Chairman Douglas P. Ditto, the Vice President Daniel T. Roberts, another Vice President, and Theodore C. Miller, the Chief Financial Officer. Table TRTT Ash Bonus, TRTRTRTD Stock, Bonus UDT.TRTD Jesse, T. Carell, TDTD $350,000, 20DT $0, 20TD $350,000, 20DRTD DRTD $300,000, 20 TAT. DTD $0 side TDD $300,000 TDT day TRTD Daniel T Roberts CDTD $76,978 TDD $73,022 CDDD $150,000 TDDR TD C Miller CDD $140,000 TDD 0 CDTD $140,020 TDDR TDTR total TDTD $866,978 TDTD $73,022 1022 DD $940,020 TDT bar. Total. Now let's break down this table a little. Jesse T. Carell, the CEO and chairman, got a total bonus of $350,000 all in cash. Douglas P. Ditto, the vice president, also received $300,000 entirely in cash. Theodore C. Miller, the CFO, got a $140,000 bonus, also all cash. The most interesting one here is Daniel T. Roberts, the vice president. He got a total bonus of $150,000, but this was split. He received $76,978 in cash and $73,022 in stock. The filing tells us that the UTG stock was valued at $52.01 per S-share on the day these bonuses were approved. For Daniel Roberts, that means he received approximately 1404 shares of UTG stock, which is about $73,022. It is a bit unusual that some executives get all cash and one gets a mix, but hey, it is their company. The total bonus pool for these officers was a hefty $940,000, with the vast majority of it coming in cash. The report clarifies that these bonuses are based on the company's 2025 operating results. It is important to note that these aren't tied to any specific written agreement or a set formula. It sounds like it was a discretionary decision by the compensation committee based on how the company performed in 2025. While the bonuses are approved, the actual payment is set to be in cash. Beyond the bonuses, there were also some salary adjustments for these executives. These new salaries started becoming effective on the 1st of February 2026. Jesse Carell, the CEO, got a $7,500 annual raise, bringing his new yearly salary to $232,500. Douglas Ditto, the vice president, also had his annual salary increased by $7,500, making his new annual salary $213,750. Daniel Roberts, another vice president, saw a $5,000 increase to his annual salary, bringing it to $110,000. And finally, Theodore Miller, the CFO, received a $5,000 annual increase, making his new salary $125,000 a year. A small but potentially important note here is that Mr. Carell, while being the CEO and chairman of the board, is not a member of the compensation committee. This can be seen as a good practice for corporate governance, helping to ensure objectivity when compensation decisions are made. The company also explicitly states that they do not have any written employment agreements or even oral arrangements with any of their corporate officers. This means that employment is essentially at will for these executives, with compensation and terms being determined as needed. Looking at the overall picture, UTG Incorporated seems to be making moves regarding their executive compensation. The bonuses are a reward for 2025 performance, and the salary increases will boost the base pay for their top leaders. While the details of the 2025 operating results that led to these bonuses aren't in this specific filing, this report tells us that the company recognized the efforts of its key officers. Now let's shift gears a bit and think about what this all means. UTG Incorporated is a company where the executive compensation isn't rigidly defined by contracts. This offers flexibility, but also might mean less certainty for the executives themselves. The fact that Daniel Roberts received stock as part of his bonus, while others received all cash, could point to a strategy to align his interests more closely with shareholders, or perhaps it was simply a negotiated outcome for his specific situation. The absence of formal employment agreements is a notable characteristic of UTG's executive structure. It suggests that compensation decisions, especially bonuses, are likely made on a case-by-case basis at the discretion of the board and compensation committee. As for the company's direction, this filing doesn't give us a deep dive into their strategy or financial health beyond a general nod to 2025 operating results driving these bonuses. However, it does show us how they value their leadership team and reward them. The salary increases are modest, which could indicate either financial prudence or a company that is not aggressively competing for executive talent through high base salaries. The biggest takeaway here is the discretionary nature of executive compensation at UTG Incorporated. Decisions about bonuses are not pre-programmed by formulas, but are likely based on performance and perhaps other strategic considerations deemed important by the compensation committee. This approach can be effective if the committee is well informed and objective, but it also means that the justification for bonuses might not always be transparent to the public beyond a general statement about operating results. So, what is my take on all of this? UTG Incorporated seems to be operating with a rather informal approach to executive contracts. The bonuses and salary increases signal that the company is financially capable of rewarding its leaders. However, without more context on the 2025 results, it is hard to say if these payouts were truly merited or if there is a potential for them to be overly generous or insufficient. The mix of cash and stock for Daniel Roberts is a little intriguing, and it would be worth watching if this becomes a trend for other executives, or if it was a one-off event. The lack of formal employment agreements could be seen as a risk for both the company and executives if expectations are not clearly managed. Overall, UTG Incorporated appears to be navigating its executive compensation landscape with a focus on committee discretion. The strength here is the flexibility to reward performance as the company sees fit. The potential weakness lies in the lack of transparency and predictability that formal agreements often provide. It seems they are comfortable with a more fluid system, which is certainly a strategic choice. Alright, that is our breakdown of UTG Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these executive bonuses and salary adjustments, and what do they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps out, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. And as always, check out the Discord channel linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.